Hello FG fam, welcome to another episode of the Cincinnati Bengals franchise here on Madden 21 Next Generation on the PS5. Cincinnati Bengals started their season at 8-0. Can they continue this magical run, defending their Super Bowl championship title as they started off again 8-0 this season, which is their best start in the series thus far? Can they keep that run going? Well, they'll have to do it against our other franchise team on this very channel, the St. Louis Rams, in which we run a current generation franchise. If you want to check out that playlist, you haven't had a chance to, it'll be at the end of this video. Let's get it pumping. 3rd and goal for the Rams. There's Goff. He throws into the end zone for the touchdown as the Rams take the early lead, with Goodwin making the play, one of their young breakout stars at tight end. So 10-3 later on in the second quarter. Here's Joe Burrow. He's going to give it to Joe Mixon, who has had an incredible season, untouched to the end zone for the touchdown. Joe Mixon, 12 rushing touchdowns on the season in just 10 weeks. Here's Joe Burrow again on 2nd and 4. They're going to give to Mixon again. 27-13 is the score, and Mixon gets into the end zone to make it a one-score game at 27-20. Hope for the Bengals still there. 33 seconds to go. Burrow going to throw the underneath route to T. Higgins. He'll pick up the first down, get out of bounds at the 50. Still 3 timeouts for Cincinnati. They have enough time to run any play they want to. 3rd and 2. There's Jonnu Smith, who makes a play on a seam route. 7 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining. Now potentially last play of the game. Here's Burrow to the end zone. Higgins, and 1 yard short. The Rams have done that again to a different AFC team this time, as the Bengals are held 1 yard away from going to overtime. 269 nice passing yards for the Rams. Both teams had a takeover in this, but Rams outgaining the Bengals in all facets of the game. And the Bengals lose their first game of the season. Jared Goff, 22 of 35 for 276, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Joe Burrow, 20 of 30 for 245, 1 interception. Devin Singletary ran for 113 on 31 carries. Mixon 73 yards and 2 touchdowns, only 11 carries on the day. Cooper Kupp had 94 yards. There's T. Higgins, 87. And if we look at the defensive stats, 14 tackles for Dakota Torrance. Stephen Phillips had the only sack from a slot corner position, and a forced fumble for Terrell Lewis, which was recovered by no one. Second game this episode takes us into Seattle, as we are going into the 12th man stadium, but an opportunity here for our boy Gerard Sands to increase his dev yet again, potentially get himself into superstar. So we'll see if the 12th man can stop him here in Seattle. Russell Wilson, obviously the guy he will be trying to sack to increase his dev traits. Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson held a quarterback matchup here. 2nd and 11, Burrow across the middle. He hits D'Angelo Bernard to the 1 yard line. Burrow starts off 5 of 5 for 96 yards on the day. And here on 1st and goal, with 2:07 to play in the first quarter, the give to Joe Mixon easily finds his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Bengals take the early lead. Later on, they lead in the second quarter 7-0 still. And here is Burrow dropping back to pass. He's going to throw into the end zone. What a grab by T. Higgins. Falls forward into the end zone for another touchdown for Cincinnati. They go up 14-0. Later on, it's 14-7. Russell Wilson looking to bring his team back before halftime. There's a nice throw and catch, and a big touchdown as D.D. Westbrook, now a member of the Seattle Seahawks, scoring that touchdown. 14-all. The score. Later on, it is deep in the fourth quarter. A lot of sim in this play the moments. Don't know how there were no moments really in a 31-24 game, but the Hail Mary is no good by Russell Wilson, and Seattle just falls short at home against this Bengals team. They had a ton of passing yards. There was mistake-free football on both sides of the coin here, but 187 rushing yards from the Bengals. controlled the clock just enough to give them the victory. Russell Wilson empty-handed in today's matchup. Joe Burrow, 16 of 26, 275, 2 touchdowns. Russell Wilson had 1 touchdown, but 379 yards passing on 71 completion percentage. Joe Mixon, 21 carries for 166, 2 scores. Chris Carson and Tony Pollard had a score for Seattle. Metcalf, 147. Tyler Lockett had some yards as well in the passing game. So, a couple of good receivers for Seattle got the job done. Jared Sands did get a TFL and a sack, but he was injured in the game. That could be bad because he has been playing absolutely out of his mind on the D-line. And there it is. Jared Sands playing a heck of a game. He is now a superstar development. That goes to show you can take a guy in his rookie year, if he's playing well enough, even as a normal development, you can get him to a superstar, as now this is the big game. On the road in Cleveland, we smack this team to open the season. They are going to be angry as we now go into the dog pound for the second matchup with the Cleveland Browns. And if we win this game, I don't think there's any doubt we will take this division and potentially be the 1 seed in the AFC this year, as we have got to take this team down. We have 1 loss. You want to sweep out the Cleveland Browns. They have a 3-0 lead after the first quarter, and there's D'Angelo Bernard. What a grab by an amazing receiver. I just knew letting Tyler Boyd go, trading him away, getting some picks, and letting Bernard take over as the number 1 was a smart decision. But then later on, there's Jarvis Landry making a catch, turning it upfield and scoring a touchdown for the Browns. As like I said, they are very angry about the drubbing they took in Cincinnati to open the season. And it is 10-7. Here on a jet sweep, it's D'Angelo Bernard making a juke move and getting pushed into the end zone for the touchdown. D'Angelo Bernard is a playmaker, baby. What a touchdown. 14-10 is the lead for the Bengals. Later on, it's 14-13 here in the third quarter. And Burrow drops back to throw. He gets that one to Jonnu Smith on a slant over Greedy Williams. And that touchdown extends the Bengal lead to 21-13. Then into the fourth quarter, a 3rd and 3. Needs to get picked up. It gets more than picked up. Untouched to the end zone goes Joe Mixon. And the Bengals have put themselves way out in front at 28-13. Bengals later on in the fourth would have an opportunity here to pretty much put this game on ice, as Joe Mixon is again untouched until he crosses the plane. And Joe Mixon's second rushing touchdown of the game makes the score unreachable for the Browns, 35-13. They took 2 pretty big losses to this Bengals squad. I don't know that we're going to have to worry about Cleveland for the season. They obviously are still a good team with a good record, but we were able to beat them pretty handedly twice now. 20-26, 20 of 26 for 212, 2 touchdowns for Burrow. Joe Mixon had 120 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. D'Angelo Bernard with his 16-yard jet sweep touchdown added to the total. D'Angelo Bernard, 8 catches for 91 and a touchdown. Jonnu Smith with a touchdown, of course. And on defense, a couple of sacks for Josh Sweat. Sack and a half for Gerard Sands. And now we go into another game this episode as we go back to our hometown of Cincinnati, and we let the Miami Dolphins come in to visit. How good have they gotten in this series? We'll have to see. Devontae Parker obviously is a good weapon. We will see if Tua Tagovailoa has done enough for the Miami Dolphins to make them a viable opponent against the best team in probably the league this year in our Bengals. As you can see, they are 10-1 and 2.5 or so games ahead of the next best suitor for the number 1 seed. Ballard, however, going to start this game, as I believe Joe Mixon got hurt a little bit, but he's playing just a little bit in this game. There's Ballard on the sweep. He is able to score. Here's Joe Mixon now on a 2nd and 2. Burrow going to roll to his right. There's the throw to the end zone, and what a grab by Jonnu Smith for the touchdown as the Bengals extend that lead to 17-3. Unfortunately, they mixed the extra point, so it'll be 16-3. From the 6-yard line, here's Joe Burrow. There's the throw to the end zone. And Jonnu Smith again. Jonnu Smith has been an absolute tank for this team since we picked him up in the first offseason free agency, and now he's got the game at 23-3. It's going to be tough for Miami to make a comeback in this one. 1st and 10. Joe Burrow sitting back there, and he is going to throw this pass. Joe Burrow going to throw it to T. Higgins, wide open, not even a problem, as the Dolphins just don't have an answer for all these weapons running free. 30-3, and on 4th and inches, why not let Mixon go for it, as he will barely pick it up for the first down. But barely picking it up gives this offense an opportunity to continue scoring points. Here's Burrow handing off to Mixon again. Mixon, they think they stop him, but look at him just reach out for the touchdown. And his first rushing touchdown of the day, now 37-3. Here's a 3rd and 6, and Burrow going to drop back. He's going to throw end zone. He was hit as he threw and still got it away to D'Angelo Bernard for the touchdown. 750 yards receiving for D'Angelo Bernard and a 44-6 drubbing of the Miami Dolphins, who never want to visit here again with this squad. Joe Burrow, 31 of 42 for 355 and 4 touchdowns, one of his best games of the season. Joe Mixon ran for 141 and a score. Ballard had 12 and a touchdown. 135 on 11 catches and a touchdown for T. Higgins. Jonnu Smith had 2 TDs. Meekins even had good yardage. Bernard had the 1 touchdown in the game. And defensively, 3 sacks for Josh Willis, who has come back to play some football. And you love to see that as well. Forced fumble, nope, none of those. We go into the standings at the end of this episode, 11-1 for the Bengals. They have already clinched a playoff spot. We have another regular season episode to go with the final 4 games, but the Bengals will already be in the postseason. Colts win the South. The Bills look like they're well on their way to winning the AFC East, and the Chargers look like they're on their way to being an AFC West champion. In the NFC North, it's looking like the Packers. Vikings might be a playoff team. Looks like the Panthers and Saints are battling for the South. The Eagles are battling with everybody in the NFC East. That is a very close division. And the West is between the Rams, Seahawks, and Cardinals right now. But the Bengals, number 1 in all the land. As you can see here, every single game that we have played, I have played every single game just once. No cheating, obviously. But that takes us to the end of this. We have 4 more games remaining. 2 against the Steelers, 1 against the Ravens, and we close with the Colts. So let me know what you think the final record for this Bengals team will be in the comments section below. Thank you guys for supporting this episode, this series as a whole. And to continue doing so, make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you share it anywhere you possibly can. You may not think it helps, but trust me, it really does. All the engagement really helps the channel get pushed. If you want to see the channel do well, then that's really all you have to do. It doesn't require money. All it does is require a few clicks. Thank you guys so much, and if you want to see some more franchise, make sure you click right here to see some more franchise.